Sorry again. So I just wanted to break down the elements I use when I trade. I trim out a lot of stuff like MACD, RSI, stuff like that. I find that they're not very useful for me. Well, the most useful thing for me, I would say, is patterns and the volume and how it tells a story. Okay. Alright, so we see right here, like back in 2020, of February to April in 2020, so the whole pandemic started on December 2019. So after 2 months, you know, things were shutting down, people couldn't open restaurants and stuff like that. So the economy basically collapsed. Alright, so the S&P 500 was around 330 or 338, all the way down to 215, which is approximately like, 40% drop, or 40 to 50, but it's big. And as you can see, that's very abnormal volume right here. Boom, right? So we know the economy wasn't doing well because people weren't being productive and stuff like that. So it was a pretty good idea to short the market because the market ain't doing so well. And if I could go back in time and look at this, would have probably started shorting the market, you know, on this candle right here. So this candle is February 26, 2020. So I would have, take a starter position right here. The reason why I would do that is that, for one, it is a candle beneath the EMA line, the one that, opened beneath it. And for this one right here, why I wouldn't necessarily take, this one yet. It's just for me, it's just my style of trading. Because it still touched the support of these two candlestick, right? This candlestick on January 31st, this candlestick on February 24th, it still touch it. The candlestick on the 25th of February. However, the candlestick, you know, uh, the candlestick below the support line is this one, so it's a good time to take a starter position. And then later, once it dropped below the SMA line, which is the yellow line, this would have been a pretty good time to take another position. Yes, I know you would lose some money, because look, it went all the way to 285, back to 312. However, it touched the yellow line. It did not have a candle above the yellow line. Okay, it's still like deciding if it's gonna tank or not. There's no absolute confirmation that's gonna go up. Alright. And once this candle happened right here, it could be another time to add to the position, but for sure, this candle right here, anytime during this day, would have been a really, really, really extremely good time to add to your short position. So on March 9th, alright, so on March 9th, because right here, it broke below this support, right? It just, boom, right here. First candle to open below the support. Yeah, and this candle just touched the support, so yeah, it's still wishy-washy. And as you can see, this candle opened below the support again, so boom, the next day it's like, yay, boom, made a lot of money, right? That was one of the golden times to make a lot of money shorting the market back in, 2020, early 2020. Okay. So one of the other thing I was going to talk about is my future plan for if I were to be shorting a position right now. I would say it'll probably go here, here, here. Just mess around with it. Probably dip below it a bit and then, go back up, consolidate a bit. Because I think the institutional trader would try to make money off of people by wiping out their stop loss. And then later, if the economy isn't doing so well, then it will tank downward. But it's going to be a lot of emotional ride. So that's why getting a good starting position and sticking to your plan is very important. Because if I were to short a position here and the market goes here, I'll be losing money, then breaking even, then losing a lot of money, and then making money, and then losing a little bit or breaking even before I make a lot of money right here. So as you can see, depending on your trade style, you use different time frame, and this time frame is basically like 1 day for each candlestick. I'm using 5 years, 1 day, right? So the other thing I, closely pay attention to from time to time is that, like this is a green candlestick and this is the amount of volume. So 66 million volume or 69, yeah, 69 million or 70, yeah, it's right here. It's not a lot, all right? It's not a lot, right? These are all green candlestick. You can see it right here and you can see it right here. However, when there was a red day, hey, like a lot of people are like, hey, the economy ain't doing so well. Like we clearly see it, so a lot of people storm in. Boom. So it tells me that a lot of people like at once think the economy is bad. This is like a break even, 2 days, they do nothing. Alright, this has got me a little worried, but I do understand that it's just basically the institutional traders that's just keeping the market afloat a bit before they get bombarded with the retails and people shorting the market. Right now, it's basically consolidation phase, kinda. We don't know what's going to happen next, but if it breaks below 362, there's a very high chance of the market tanking. Probably tank all the way until like 322. So it has this much room for profit if you're shorting the market. Okay. But once it breaks below three, 319, it's gonna go all the way down to probably 300 a bit, but it's gonna have a very big momentum and push right down all the way to like approximately 218. Then you gotta understand that there's also a psychological level at, $300. If it breaks below 300, people are gonna short boom. But people are probably gonna consolidate a bit right here at 300. But if you had a position you held for a long time, you're gonna profit a lot. And without being like, hey, I'm losing money because I started shorting at 316, it's 300, now it's like 306, and then 300, 306. But if you had a position from up here a long time ago and just held through all the ups and downs because, your target might be down here, and then that's where the big profit is. You make a lot more money being patient in the market than being impatient.